Fall into Winter is a Christmas romantic comedy available on Netflix, and the movie's ending demands careful consideration. The film follows protagonist, Kerrie Murphy, who is reluctant to work with her new business partner, Brooks McLeod, who also happens to be her brother's best friend from high school. Kerrie has held a grudge against Brooks for decades because he teased her and led her on, so she attempts to remove Brooks from her family business. However, Brooks eventually grows on Kerrie, and they unexpectedly fall in love, against all odds and despite some sizable obstacles. Fall into Winter has a talented cast of characters, most notably starring Full House's Lori Loughlin and Men in Trees' James Tupper. This movie explores themes such as second chances, dreams, and change in a Christmas setting, the perfect setup for a family-oriented romantic comedy. The ending is abrupt but straightforward, closing Kerrie and Brooks' love story in a meaningful way that pays homage to their character development. Although Fall into Winter may not rank among the all-time best Christmas movies, it is still a warm, feel-good film with a happy, multi-layered ending. Brooks and Kerrie's Belgium plan explained. Kerrie always wanted to visit Belgium. Fall into Winter ends with a short scene taking place during Winterfest, the year after the movie's main events. Brooks surprises Kerrie with tickets to Belgium after they finish setting up their booth for the event. It is a sweet gesture that refers to an earlier scene in the film, where Kerrie and Brooks first bonded over discussing their hopes and dreams. Kerrie mentioned that she had always wanted to visit Belgium, where her great-grandparents had immigrated from because that is where they learned how to make candy. However, Kerrie never acted on her dream because life always got in the way. Fall into Winter's ending reveals that Brooks scheduled a vacation for them to Europe, which involves going to Belgium like Kerrie always dreamed of. It is not only the perfect way to end Brooks and Kerrie's romance, but it also demonstrates how much Brooks grew to understand, love, and care about Kerrie. Kerrie did not initially believe that Brooks would be a good business partner, let alone her life partner. However, Brooks proved Kerrie wrong, and the Belgium plan signifies that he was everything Kerrie looked for in a business partner, friend, and spouse. Fall into Winter's ending time jump explained. Brooks and Kerrie are happy and in love a year later. The final scene of Fall into Winter occurs after a year-long time jump at the next Winterfest. Although the scene is succinct, the time jump is critical to the narrative. The last scene reveals that Kerrie has changed her candy store from Murphy's Candy to Murphy and McLeod's Candy. Brooks and Kerrie are still happily in love, and the couple will soon travel to Belgium together. These three key factors represent how much Kerrie's life has changed over the last year and how Brooks gained a steady, peaceful life in one location. Change is one of Fall into Winter's most notable themes because Kerrie resents change, while Brooks embraces it to the point where it can be detrimental to his own life. Therefore, a time jump is ideal to conclude the film's narrative, illustrating what a healthy balance of change looks like. 1 year portrays what Brooks' life looks like now that he is no longer restless, and Kerrie's life now that she has embraced change when it is a good thing. As a result, Brooks and Kerrie are living life as their happiest selves with each other. Why Brooks could not sign the COO contract? The chocolate he tasted reminded him of Kerrie. Brooks is heartbroken over his partnership with Kerrie, so he changes his mind and accepts Erin Smythe's offer to become the COO of a company she works with. He felt ready to sign the contract and move to California with his father, where his new job would be. However, when Brooks finally sees the contract sitting in front of him, he hesitates to sign, and a later scene reveals he decided not to sign after all. It is somewhat puzzling but still unsurprising because of a key action that occurs just before Brooks picks up his pen to sign the contract. Erin Smythe offers Brooks McLeod a chocolate from a box she received from a client, and upon eating it, Brooks suddenly remembers Kerrie's chocolate candies. The difference between the two chocolates is all Brooks needs to remember not to give up on Kerrie. Yes, it seems like she has betrayed him, but her authenticity and genuine personality prove that there must be more to what Brooks overheard between Kerrie and her banker. Brooks cannot give up until he knows all the facts because giving her up would mean losing his one shot at real happiness and love. The real meaning of Brooks and Kerrie reuniting in their old meeting spot. Brooks and Kerrie's spot symbolizes second chances. During Fall into Winter, Brooks and Kerrie establish a quiet setting with benches and a small outdoor fire as their meeting spot, a location Brooks discovered with his father. At the end of the film, Brooks and Kerrie finally confess their feelings for each other and kiss for the first time in the same spot. This narrative choice is significant because Brooks and Kerrie also share a heart-to-heart in the same spot earlier in the film after Brooks shows Kerrie the location. In the first scene, Brooks finally asks Kerrie why she hated him in high school. Kerrie finally admits she disliked how Brooks teased her, and she felt that he led her on regarding a date. As a result, Brooks genuinely apologizes, and they agree to start afresh, giving each other a second chance. When Brooks and Kerrie reunite at this meeting spot at the end of Fall into Winter, it is under entirely different circumstances, since Brooks is still heartbroken over Kerrie. Nevertheless, they allow the opportunity for second chances. Brooks and Kerrie's reunion in this particular spot represents the second chance at love that they have sought. Why Kerrie changes her candy shop name and what it means. Kerrie is ready to embrace change. One of the first things Brooks McLeod wanted to do as Kerrie Murphy's new business partner was change Murphy's Candy to Murphy and McLeod's Candy. However, Kerrie was vehemently against this idea, and most of Brooks' suggestions in general. Nevertheless, falling in love with Brooks allowed Kerrie to open her heart and mind to the possibility of change, and as a result, she felt ready to include Brooks' name in the business. Kerrie changing the name of her candy business also signifies that she is finally prepared to embrace change as a natural occurrence in life rather than fear it.